Welcome my tonemofos, tone mofos. Today's demo is of the LINE6 Spider LINE6 III 15 watt 8-inch speaker. Why, you say? Why not? This is just going to be a quick one, so this is just going to be going through the motions, some sound tests, then through with some pedals, and that's that. The first thing is, I think this is a great amp, really great amp, it's a great price, really versatile for just the straight kind of playing and practicing at home. You're not going to take this thing to a gig. If you are, it's going to be a very small gig. But for purposes, it's a very nice amp to have in the corner of the house, because that's what I have in the corner of the house. Pick up my guitar, plug it in. I've got 4 kind of main channels to choose, or settings to choose from, which are all, you know, they do what they do. You can quickly fuck around with it and put it away again. So I think that's why it's so nice. It has this ability to just quickly dial in something. You play a bit of metal, you play a bit of blues, you play a bit of clean, and that's that. So what I'm going to do at the moment, I'm detuned. I'm on my bridge pickup, and I'm going straight into the amp, no effects, and I'm on channel 1, which is the clean, and the clean says the echoing clean tone of songs like Streets Have No Name. Now, I did delete the presets a wee bit, but it doesn't really matter. It is still a nice clean sound. The next one is crunch, and that's the grinding rock power of tunes like Whole Lotta Love. It is and it isn't. See, that's what I've noticed. Like everything, like all these presetable things, is that they're never right. They have like some strange preset. It sounds shit. But if you actually do a bit of bother and tweak it a wee bit, you actually get to something which is half decent. Then you've got the metal one. I'll just turn this guy down. And then you have Mr. Insane! Sorry for my playing, but I can't sit like this and play. So these are the kind of presets. You also have a whole bunch of effects, and I don't like the effects at all. I'll tell you why. They sound fine, but you don't have great options. You have chorus and flange together. Why would you want chorus and flange together without being able to chop and change in? Then you've got a phaser, and then you've got a tremolo. So what? I mean, tremolo, again, without a certain amount of amendability is kind of shit. Then you've got sweep echo. Now the echoes and some of these delays and stuff, they have a tap delay, so you tap the delay button. So you can get some shit going there. And then you've got a reverb, and the reverb's kind of nice because it's just there. Probably the only usable one. So I'm gonna quickly dump this guy through the pedal chain, see how it sounds with pedals. Now I've set some of these up to go with pedals, and suddenly the amp sounds a whole lot better. Take its only verb reverb off. Here's my own reverb. My own tape echo. Some distortion. So the amp itself does not sound too bad. If you play around with the settings a bit, speaker sounds decent, everything sounds decent, but you got to play around with it. And I think that's the case with a lot of these things where it's kind of like the manufacturer says it's plug and play. Oh, select the metal and you sound like fucking awesome. No, you don't. You usually have to fuck around with the settings a bit to get something half decent. And the effects on this actually sound a wee bit tinny. The last thing, which is probably important, it has a CD in. So I usually actually use this if I use my whole board, and because I've got the amp sim going here, I actually go into the CD in, because it means I'm bypassing all that preamp stuff, and I get quite a clean sound that I've kind of created through the speaker, and it actually sounds pretty good. I've got then suddenly the volume and everything becomes a lot more useful to me. This is my setup. It also has earphones out, and the earphone out can also be used to record with. I have tried it, it's okay. It doesn't sound as if you're fucking going through some, you know, Kemper or something like that. Trust me, it doesn't. But it's actually not too bad if you then maybe add a DAW amp, some VST, like which has a cab sim on it. So you use the signal and then put it for cab sim. It actually gets to a point where it's slightly usable. But it is definitely not something you can plug and play and use as a recording thing, although it says so, but it's not good enough for that. So it does everything you want to do. It would have been nice if it had an effects loop. It doesn't. It's really fucking loud though. I have never put this thing over 2. It is unbelievably loud. Probably loud enough to take into rehearsal studio and have a check at it. If you're not doing really loud metal shite, you might actually be able to do something with it, because it's insanely loud for the size. I'm not so sure it's a good thing, because I'd rather have a good tone than just being fucking loud. But the louder it goes, the better it sounds as well. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why I mention that, because I can't actually test or show you how loud this fucking thing goes. But it does go extremely loud without distorting. So anyway, that's the LINE6 Spider III 15 watt 8-inch speaker. Not too bad, cheap, and a very good practice amp for the house. Thank you.